And we're
We're
live.
live.
Hey guys, how's it going? We're in Chicago.
We are here in Chicago. Thanks everyone for coming to our impromptu little video, live video.
This is just going to be an update. If a few of you guys have been following us on more so on Instagram, but we've had some issues, or Lychee, our dog, has had some issues over the past couple of days. So we wanted to kind of this is just an update video, letting you guys know what's going on with Lychee. So I'm going to let Allie, because Allie's been working with the vet. It's been tough because she got really ill the day that we flew out to Chicago. Or the night before we flew out, we had to take her to the emergency vet. And then the day that we flew out, she's been at the vet since that day. So Allie's been working really well with her vet. So why don't you explain what's happened and what's the update?
Yeah, so the reason why we ended up leaving was because we actually didn't realize how sick Lychee was. If we had realized, we definitely would have stayed. We've gone down this road before whenever she had the liver disease, and it didn't seem like that big of a deal, especially whenever we brought her to the vet. It's really hard for vets to actually tell you what's wrong with the dog. I mean, they did x-rays and they did all kinds of stuff, and they were just like, oh yeah, we're not really sure what's wrong because it didn't really show up in the x-rays. What ended up happening is Lychee ate a palm tree nut. So I don't know if you've seen on the palm trees, but they're like these, I guess it's like a fleshy orange color. It's like around a big nut. So she must have eaten the meat off the nut and then swallowed the nut. And every once in a while she does this, but I was so adamant, and it's kind of my fault, that Lychee doesn't eat anything ever. And we rarely go on walks because Lychee doesn't like walks. And they kept asking, like, could she have eaten, just things around the house? And I was like, no, Lychee doesn't eat anything. But I wasn't thinking when we go outside, every once in a while, she'll try to pick up one of the palm tree nuts and eat them. So she did. She ate one, and they couldn't see it in her stomach because it was in between where the stomach meets the small intestine. There's something called a pylorus. And it's just like this tiny little tubular thing. It's like a muscle that closes, so that your stomach can digest food, and then it opens and slowly lets it go into your digestional tract and your small intestine. So it must have been stuck in there and then slowly moving through. Nothing could get around, so she started, regurgitating. She wasn't actually vomiting, it was regurgitating. Thank you, Randy, for being here, and everyone reading the chat here. Sorry, as I'm trying to explain. So anyways, they wanted to do an ultrasound after they did like 2 sets of x-rays and then do the exploratory surgery. And we were like, well, why don't you just skip the ultrasound so it doesn't turn into an emergency surgery and just go straight in? Because I was really adamant about them not cutting her open when she didn't feel well, because I really didn't want Lychee to go through a surgical procedure whenever she was in her literally worst condition and worst state. So we waited a little bit, and it just proceeded to get worse and worse and worse. And that's when we decided, okay, go in, figure it out. And hopefully you find something so you can remove it, because it was either they find something or she dies. So they found it and they removed it. And right now she is still regurgitating just a little bit, but her intestinal tract is incredibly swollen. So whenever your intestines are swollen, it's really difficult for anything to go through. So your body basically just says, no, expel it out. So she's on an IV and she's getting, the pain medicines, and she's being monitored at the vet's office right now. They didn't want her, they said because she was doing really well, she didn't have to go to an overnight vet. She just stayed at the vet's office, and someone just went and checked on her, and she was doing well. As long as she's not moved, she doesn't regurgitate. So, and they gave her antibiotics in case she aspirated. So yeah, Lychee's a fighter. There you go. But Lychee's doing really well right now. I got off the phone with the vet about an hour ago, and her intestinal tract must still be swollen because she is still regurgitating, but she's alive. She's healing. Lychee is pretty tough for a little dog, even though she does have her liver disease. And again, we did think it was associated with the liver disease because sometimes she has bad days, and it's not abnormal for her to like do a little vomit here and there, So, but this was a lot more severe than we suspected.
But she has, and people are asking how old she is. She's 7.5 years old.
She's 7.5 years old.
And for a little dog, I mean, she's only 10 pounds.
Yeah, 10 pounds.
She's been through a lot. So we got Lychee in Australia. When we lived in Australia, we got Lychee, and we flew her back from Australia to America. So she's been through like moving from another country to America and going through that whole flight, and it was like a 5-day exercise.
And she did really well. She wasn't, because she's such a chill dog, it didn't affect her, because we decided that it was worth bringing her over, knowing that she doesn't have anxiety. She doesn't stress about anything. She doesn't have like the separation anxiety a lot of small dogs have. She has none of that. She's just such a cool, chill little dog.
Yeah.
Always happy. You know, she just wants to sleep. And as long as she gets treats, you know, here and there, she's completely fine with the world, you know? So when we shipped her back, we knew it wasn't a big deal because she wouldn't care. She would just sleep the whole time. And she did really well. My dad picked her up and at the airport, and she did a great job. She even had like an accident. She did like a little piddle on the ground, and one of the people cleaning, my dad was like, "Oh my gosh, you have paper towels," and they gave Lychee a bunch of love, and they just cleaned it up. And they said, "No, don't worry about it." So, yeah, she did really great when we shipped her back.
Yeah, she does bark with an Australian accent. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Woof, mate.
Oh, thank you, Wendy.
Thank you,
You're
Wendy.
so sweet.
Wendy sent us $20 for vet bill monies. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I don't even know how much the bill is. We're staying. Luckily, we're staying with Allison's
cousin.
Their cousin, and they have a little dog here, so their dog's been keeping us company while we've been going through this. So.
Yeah, she's shy, but
it hasn't been easy. But you know, a few people were saying in the chat too. At the end of the day, guys, like we don't have kids. We're not having kids. Our dogs are our children. Yeah, and we'll do whatever we can to make sure that they have the best lives possible. So that's what we've done. You know,
it's our responsibility as dog owners to do everything we can to take care of our dogs. And, you know, we try to help out like the animal rescues in our area by making people aware of them and, you know, donating what they can to them. And we, you know, donated our time basically to make a video so people are aware of them, and it helped them with donations and whatnot, and maybe even volunteers or one day an adoption. So, you know, we do what we can here and there.
But we wanted to just thank everybody for their like thoughts and prayers for us going through this. It's been tough just not being there. You know, you want to, luckily Allison's mom and her stepdad have been like awesome through this. God, so thank you. I saw your mom in the chat. Thank you so much, Linda.
My mom's in the chat.
I saw her in the chat earlier.
Oh my gosh.
But they've been like troopers helping out with the dogs while we've been in Chicago.
Yeah, it was to the point
where we were going to fly back. Today we were going to fly back if she hadn't improved. But she's improved. She's doing better. She still isn't totally in the clear. So she's still at the vet now, at least for probably another day or two. But we're good. It's positive. We're optimistic, and we're in Chicago. The meetup is still on. I know a lot of people have been asking like, because the dog's sick, are we flying back? No, we're still here. We've been having a great time in Chicago. Chicago's a beautiful city. Best of it. Yeah. We went and did the touristy stuff yesterday and saw the Bean and explored Chicago, and it was a lot of fun. So the meetup for Saturday is still on, and that is at Lagunitas Brewery. There's a link in the description of this video if you guys do want to come to that. It should be a really fun event. I think we've had like 50, 60 people RSVP. So we're expecting a pretty cool crowd. There's my mom. Everybody tell my mom thank you so much. And she'll show my stepdad later. But yeah, my mom, oh my gosh, guys, she's been a rock. Sacrificed so much to take care of Lychee for us. Yeah. And she was so wonderful. She was like, no, don't fly home. I'll take care of it for you. So thank you so much, Mom. You are amazing. I'm blessed to have you. Wouldn't trade you for anyone. Lauren, shoot us a text so we can meet up with you. She asked if we had pizza yet. Yeah, we had pizza last night. Where did we go? What was the name of it? The deep dish. Illuminati's or something like that? No, it was something else. I don't know where we went, actually. It was delicious, though. This is actually my first time in Chicago, which is weird because I've been to so many other states, but this is my first time here. And I love it. It's a beautiful city. I really enjoy being in cities. And Chicago's, it's different from any other city I've been in because it's very clean, which is pretty cool. So. And I kept saying how cold it was. And I wore like 7 layers yesterday and I wasn't cold. I was fine. So yay. And it was snowing. We were walking around in the snow with no sun shining because it was nighttime and I wasn't cold. So yeah. And it snowed yesterday, which was cool. I got some really cool footage of it snowing. We were a typical tourist, like dancing through the snow. Yeah, that was us. And then Bill R., thank you for the $5 super chat. You guys are such good people. Hope Lychee gets better. Thank you. Yeah, we're it's actually probably good for Malnati's. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's actually probably good for Lychee that I'm not hovering because your anxiety transfers to your pets because they're quite, sensitive to how your emotions are and your state of emotion. Yeah. So
I would probably not be healthy for Lychee right now, but yeah.
The first night that we were here was pretty tough because she was at the emergency vet overnight. And they were calling us every like couple hours with updates. So we didn't get much sleep or anything, but it's good. I mean, the important thing right now is we found out what the issue is. She's better, or they fixed the issue, and now she should be getting better. So
yeah, and we're so lucky to have Callie back home working so hard for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Callie. We didn't have to stress about business because we had Callie. We were we would 100% put everything into stressing about Lychee. And then Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. That's really, really nice of you guys to send money for the vet bills. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Like, we don't want to make a huge deal over the money. We're not monetizing this video or anything like that.
Yeah.
We just really wanted to give you guys an update just to let you know what's going on. And we're very excited to meet everybody tomorrow.
Tomorrow, it's going to be so great.
It's going to be fun. So, I think that's probably about where we'll end the video.
Yeah, I mean, we can chat with everybody for like the next until 11:50.
Yeah,
because everybody was so awesome to come and give us your love. And really, guys, all the messages on Instagram, we appreciate that so much. It was wonderful to see how many people were so caring, and crazy to see how many people went through the same thing we've gone through. And I guess we were fortunate because I saw in the chat a little above, somebody's dog had a blood disease and it was $8,000. So we were fortunate it wasn't quite that much, to deal with, or wasn't that much. It wasn't near that much, but we were very fortunate that it wasn't. But it was crazy because at first they thought Lychee had pancreatitis, and because I was so adamant that she didn't eat anything, I was like, you know what, how much is a blood test? And they said it was like $60 or $85 to know that, or the pancreatitis test. It was like specific for that. And I was like, tested, I need to know, like, is that exactly what she has? And it was a no. And that's whenever everything kind of went downhill and spiraled. And I was like, all right, now we need to do the surgery. So yeah, it's, make sure, guys, whenever there's anything wrong, you always try to educate yourself online. Obviously, don't go down the rabbit hole because you can really freak yourself out, but just be aware of what's going on and what things mean. Like, I didn't know what a pylorus was, right? And so I researched it so that I understood what it was. And just, research things whenever something's new so everything doesn't overwhelm you and it's not foreign. So you're actually understanding what the doctor is regurgitating to you facts-wise, with like the medical jargon and whatnot.
We haven't done any thrifting out here. We're probably not going to. We're really just here on vacation. So we're probably not going to do much sourcing while we're here. We're just here to hang out and then meet some of you cool guys.
And then at 1, my other cousin is coming and picking us up and taking us around. Yeah. So I guess we're going to hang out with her probably until 6, my cousin Lisa.
And Diego says try changing her to a raw food diet. It definitely helps. I think that's good for a lot of dogs. Lychee's she's on prescription dog food.
Yeah, for her liver,
her liver.
Special dog food. And I did talk to the vet in length about the prescription dog food for her versus doing like a raw diet for her. And they said the prescription dog food, because of the way it's designed, the way they've created it, it eliminates the most free radicals whenever they eat it, so that their liver isn't working as hard. So it gives our liver an incredible break. And sometimes you can reverse liver disease, but Lychee's just like a lazy, not healthy dog. So it's not like it's something we can reverse. It's just something we can manage at this point. And also, whenever they did the exploratory surgery, they took a biopsy of her liver so that we can send it in and figure out, the state of her liver. So we'll probably do something about that, in the near future.
Carolyn, Callie's mom's in the chat. She says, tell Lisa I said hello. She's awesome. We will.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Your mom and Callie's mom are in the chat.
So awesome. That's awesome. They're going to work together. Yeah. Callie's mom, guys. I don't know if we've ever told you how amazing she is, but she is so cool, and she makes the best cookies.
She does make
ever.
Really good cookies.
Yeah, anything Carolyn bakes is just amazing. But yeah, we're lucky. We all have amazing moms that are just really awesome people. Yeah. So yeah, we got really lucky with cool moms.
We feel blessed that we have the support around us that we have from our family and from you guys. Like, your guys' support seriously does mean a lot to us. And we're blessed to be able to, like, when stuff like this happens, we're okay. We can get through it, and and we're okay.
My mom was like, Lychee needs to get a job soon. She really does.
She does.
Maybe I'll dress her up and make a calendar.
Yeah. Paul, well, we're going to do dog to dog like t-shirts.
Oh yeah, we're going to do dog t-shirts. Oh my gosh.
Paul, yeah, she is still on the Denimarian.
Yes. I think it's Denimarian, Denimarian. I know that the company pronounces it one way and the vets, both of them pronounce it slightly different depending on where you're from and your accent or whatnot. But the vet was like, I mean, it's either or. Yeah.
But she is still on it. She hasn't had it for the past few days because she can't eat. She hasn't eaten.
Right. Nothing will go through.
She hasn't eaten for like 4 days.
Right. Yes. Since the day before we left, she wasn't eating. Yeah.
But yeah, our pets are our babies.
Yeah, there are babies, you know, and even if you get a free dog, there's no such thing as a free dog, right?
Yeah, and I mean, as a pet owner, like you should know going into owning a pet that it's just part of what it is. Like you're gonna have expenses that you're not aware of come up. Right. You just have to be aware of it. So.
Yeah, and she's still cheaper than a kid, you know. I know my mom was like, "Do you know how much daycare is every week?" And my friends were telling me. Some of them pay, you know, up to $300 a week for daycare. And I'm like, oh my gosh, well, then I guess I can't be, you know, sad about our wallets or anything, but I'm just glad they could fix Lychee. My concern was for no amount of money they could fix her, you know, and that's everyone's biggest fear is no matter what they do, nothing will work. And I'm just so glad they figured it out. Like we are so lucky. At night, I was like, all the positive vibes, all the positive feelings, all the positive thoughts, just don't think anything negative. So I try to stay as positive as possible. It was really hard, but I really tried.
Luckily, we're typically pretty positive people. Some people were asking about the meetup too. There will be, we have like a few hats and beanies and keychains and stuff that we'll give away at the meetup. The meetup, by the way, guys, it's not going to be like a conference. It's not going to be us like talking about reselling to everybody.
Oh yeah, no,
it's just a hangout. Like we just want to hang out and meet you guys. And really, honestly, it's not so much about like us being there to meet us. It's really about like all the resellers in the local area getting together. It's super cool when we do these meetups because you'll meet like friends and fellow resellers that you can hang out with after we leave. We're just like kind of like the people that bring everybody together so that you guys can chat and talk. And
a lot of people made really good connections, networked with other people, made friends and other people they stayed in contact with in their area. It's amazing. Like, don't be afraid to invite another reseller to a thrift store and go down an aisle together
it's fun.
Or across from each other and pick an item up and be like, hey, do you know about this? Or hey, do you know about that? Like, if I went to a thrift store with another reseller and went down the women's clothing aisle, they would find so much and I would find nothing, and I would probably learn an incredible amount. I think women's clothing is extremely difficult, and anybody who makes money selling women's clothing, it's so impressive. That blows my mind because it's so overwhelming.
I will say, you know, what's funny is that walking around the city, seeing everybody wearing their like really nice North Face jackets and Patagonia jackets.
Hey, Ollie.
Oh, thanks, Ollie. And like Canada Goose jackets and stuff.
Canada Goose. Yeah,
it's so funny to walk around a city like this. And I was like, as soon as I saw everybody wearing this stuff, I was like, man, I really want to go thrifting.
I know.
Because it's so rare that we come across like a nice, you know, North Face jacket at our thrift stores because no one really, unless they're
we have a lot of North Face in Florida.
We do have a lot of people that come from like New York and then donate their stuff once they get to Florida. But it's so funny walking around, seeing all these expensive brands and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, like to see the clothing of up north. And I'm not super bundled compared to everybody else. I would say on average, I'm pretty similar to about 15% of people walking around. I have this on, my beanie on top, and then my hood, right? Yeah. So not only do I have that, but then I have like a long sleeve shirt, the base layer, a vest, and my jacket. So you know, another like thin layer underneath. And then I was wearing 2 layers of leggings, a thick long pair of socks, leg warmers, and the North Face boots I got at a garage sale for $5.
Bluefin01 says 49,336 subscriber checking in.
Yes, that's amazing.
We're super close to 50,000.
Oh, we are?
We're super close. We're probably going to hit 50,000 either like probably in the next like week or two. And we're definitely gonna do, like when we did hit 30,000, we did the Subway giveaway for the homeless. We'll do something similar, some sort of a giveaway for 50,000. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but it'll be something
about that,
giving back to the community, not so much like a giveaway.
Oh, and then also about the meetup, if you guys didn't RSVP, still come. And if you want to bring a friend, just bring a friend. And if you want to bring 10 friends, bring 10 friends. It's totally
Yeah.
fine. We don't have like a room or anything reserved. We're going to call tomorrow and let them know how many people we have coming. See if we can get a table reserved, you know, for us or just like a little area. But yeah, it's, you know, it's just free and you don't have to RSVP. We just wanted to kind of know how many people are going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so far it looks really good.
The Tool Queen was talking about Denimarn. Yeah, she's been on Denimarn for 8 months.
And it saved her life.
Yeah.
That was literally the most incredible thing in the entire world. The day we gave it to her, she was better by that night. And then the next day she was bouncing around. And Ryan, remember? You were like, oh, I want to eat that. You were going to eat it because you were like, she's doing incredibly well. And that's when I went and bought us a bunch of liver vitamins and supplements that reduces the free radicals from your own system. And it helps, you know, they're like liver protectants, you know, so they don't damage your liver or go through your liver. They like bind and, you know, it just comes out your body. So yeah, I was just so amazed.
Ollie, you can. It's only like $150 flight. You can come surprise us.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, we got our flights for $100 each. And then a checked bag was only $30 each way. So I couldn't believe how cheap it was. We're going to come back to Chicago for sure, but not when it's colder than this. We can deal with this. This is fine.
This is great, actually.
This is awesome.
I've really liked the weather out here so far.
And we got to see snow, guys. Like, that was so cool.
So just to end the video again, guys, to give you an update, Lychee is doing better. She got sick. They found something in her pylorus, small intestine.
A palm tree nut. Do not let your dogs eat palm tree nuts.
And they removed it. She is on the mend. She's doing better. She's not completely in the clear yet, but they're watching her a couple more days at the vet and she'll be fine, hopefully. The meetup is still on. We'll see you guys on Saturday at Lagunitas from 6 to 9 p.m. And again, if you would like to come, it's not like a paid thing. Just come and hang out and we'll enjoy seeing all you guys. But thank you everybody also who like took the time to watch this video. Like that, honestly, it does mean a lot to us. That you guys are interested not just in, you know, us teaching you how to resell, but also compassionate enough to come out and show some love for our
lives and our dogs. And so many people in the chat are pet lovers as well. So you're our people, you know. And okay, maybe you don't have a pet and you don't love pets as much and you love your kids as much. So there's that too. So thanks everybody for being just really awesome.
But thank you guys. We're going to go enjoy Chicago and we'll have some really cool videos and some really cool updates for you guys later on. See you guys. Bye. Thanks for being here.